I don't know. I'm having difficult technical difficulties right now. I don't know why. YouTube's acting really stupid. Can you guys hear me? All right. Looks like everybody can hear me, but I don't know if they can see me. I'm here to talk about Once Upon a Time in. I'm here. You can hear me? Okay. That's great because it wasn't working earlier. I want to watch it. Yes. Why can't I see myself? Oh, there we go. Now I can. Okay, great. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. They're really messing up my stuff, but I am here to review Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, let me tell you something. I never thought we would see DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in a movie because it hasn't happened in a really long time. I think that this movie was pretty good. It could have been better. I was expecting a little bit more from this movie. I going to explain this movie is very tough because a lot of stuff happens. It's a lot of randomness. It's also just a lot of Brad Pitt and DiCaprio just hanging out, and it's funny because Brad Pitt is DiCaprio's stuntman, and but you really love to see that DiCaprio in this movie plays a struggling actor. He's trying to transition from TV to movies, but he's finding it very difficult. Flamethrower scene was good. Yes, it was a really good scene. Do not spoil the movie. This is non-spoiler. Well, I'll try not to spoil it. I think that this movie was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Who has seen the movie here? That's what I want to know. If I had to rate this movie, though, I feel like some places are overrating this movie and they're giving it nines and tens and whatever. I would have to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I expected more from Tarantino. I gotta say that the story was kind of disappointing. I would say that it is very interesting in terms of writing and all that kind of stuff. What did you think of the movie, Gucci Raptors fan? Did you enjoy it? I did enjoy it, and I thought that it could have been better. But like I expected a lot more from Tarantino. Brad Pitt's character was really amazing to watch. This movie is more of a character acting movie, and I feel like Brad Pitt is almost the main actor in here, even though DiCaprio is supposed to play the main guy. I did not care for Sharon Tate as much. Her storyline was kind of boring, played by Margot Robbie. I thought that that was the most interesting part. The Manson family is in this movie, and they're really interesting and really creepy. So I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Um, like Brad Pitt struggling was awesome when he was struggling to read his lines. I really enjoyed that part. Character development was trash. Yeah, I don't know if it was trash. I think it was probably like too much character development. Actually, that was the problem. I thought Brad Pitt was very entertaining. 7.9 out of 10. I totally agree with you. This is not my favorite Tarantino film. Not even close, Zane Winder. This is not even close to being my top. My favorite Tarantino film is Pulp Fiction. Um, I think Pulp Fiction was really good. I did not like the pacing in this movie. Also, it felt very slow at times. I expected a lot better from this movie. Poppy Chulo Chad, welcome to the stream. He says, review John Wick 3. Was it good? It was good. It was good, but it could have been better. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I would recommend everybody to see it, but it is very slow. Brad Pitt's character, though, is amazing, and he keeps this movie upbeat. DiCaprio's still good. DiCaprio's playing a struggling actor, and I like when he does that, when he plays a struggling actor. I thought that was very cool. Doesn't follow real story. Yeah, it doesn't really have a story. It's more about character story than just a regular story. We find out more about how these two are such good friends, DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. What is it about? Is it about Leo and Brad Pitt like being actors? No, it is about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's an actor transitioning from TV to movie, and he is struggling and he can't get any movies that he wants. So he then tries to do a movie that is Italian, and it's kind of funny to watch when he's struggling. He can't remember his lines. I thought that was really funny when DiCaprio couldn't remember his lines. He plays it so well. DiCaprio, that is the one thing about this movie. You're going to get really good acting, but the story did lack. The story could have been better. They could have shortened this. There was a lot of time just wasted. You're just sitting there and waiting for something to happen, and that was kind of annoying at times. I saw this. I saw this movie like after work, so I felt like really tired. And watching this was kind of, it was good, but it was really slow paced. I wish the pacing could have been faster. I wish the dialogue was really good when the pacing picks up. The middle of the act is very slow, I would say. The beginning and the end are the best parts. The end is the best part for this movie, and you would want to stick around because there are end credits. DiCaprio, yeah, he's definitely my favorite actor. One of my favorite actors for sure. My favorite actors DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, especially Brad Pitt in this movie. Brad Pitt does an excellent job in this movie. He does such a great job. Brad Pitt actually does a better job than DiCaprio, but I don't know if he does a better job. Just the fact that his character is given more to do. DiCaprio's actor is mainly focusing on acting, while DiCaprio has a lot of different. While Brad Pitt has a lot of stuff going on. I saw it yesterday. Yes, I did see it yesterday. I had to take some time in order to review this movie because there is a lot going on in this film with Brad Pitt's character, DiCaprio, and of course Sharon Tate. But I really didn't care for her character as much. Yes, I saw it yesterday. Guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I can't wait till you guys watch this movie. I still would recommend it. I would give it a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I thought that it was entertaining. I just thought that it was slow paced. It could have been paced better. This is more like an alternative ending for the real story. I don't think this was based on a story, but it was based very loosely, is what I read. I thought it was very interesting. The ending was the best part. When you get to the last act, I wish the whole movie was like that instead. That's where the movie fails, is that the pacing is all over the place. It's like, it starts off slow like normally, like every movie. Then it picks up a little, then really slow. It drags on some scenes, and I'm like, why is it dragging on this scene? This is not important. We do not need to see this. Yeah, Margot Robbie was Sharon Tate, and I don't know, I didn't feel much for her character. It felt like her character didn't belong in this movie. This movie should have just been about DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. They just wanted to have a female character, I guess. But she really did not belong in this movie. In my opinion, they could have done this movie with just more of DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Because every time DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are on scene, it is amazing to watch. Their acting is on point. It looks like they've done 10 movies together, and this is their first movie. Their chemistry is really good. We have been cheated for not getting a lot of movies with these two guys. These two are legends, both great actors, and God, it was amazing to watch. But the funny thing is, I think Brad Pitt is probably on screen more than DiCaprio. Not 100% sure, but feels like that. I love Leo movies. Yeah, Leo is great in this movie. He plays a struggling actor, and I love when he's struggling. In the beginning, he's playing a TV actor, really famous, but he thinks he's washed up because he's trying to transition to movies, and he cannot transition. So that is one thing for him in this movie. Was there any hot scenes? What do you mean hot scenes? Hey, Milky Bar Kid, what's going on? Rush ending. Well, it's funny that you say the ending is rushed. This movie's 2 hours and 45 minutes. This is a really long film, and there's even makes it a little bit longer with the credits because you have to wait. There are end credits. There is something at the end of the movie. It is pretty funny, and you should watch that part as well. Who's a bad actor? And Bruce Lee is in this movie. I thought Bruce Lee was hilarious. Endgame was about where this movie is. I feel like Papi Chulo Chad, just that Endgame had more action, a lot more things going on. This movie is slower and is more of a character story than just anything. It's a lot of just random stuff going on, but it also kind of explains how it was in the 60s as an actor, like in the 19, I think this 1968 or 1969. So this movie takes place a while back, and I just gotta say, Brad Pitt's character was amazing to watch, very entertaining, very funny. DiCaprio's as well. They, especially when they were on screen, you see the chemistry between these two because they're supposed to be friends and actors at the same time. But you know what's funny is that they're acting and they're actors, so they're acting. It's like, whoa, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Nothing will ever beat Avengers. Well, I don't think Endgame was my favorite Papi Chulo Chat out of the Avengers. Infinity War was my favorite out of the Avengers uh, saga. Nazis. This film is okay. Yes, exactly what I said. Sports in the Bay Area. It's okay. It's not bad, but it is pretty entertaining at times. There's some scenes that in this movie that I will watch over again and just rewatch. But I'm really looking forward to it. Like the next Tarantino film, which I think is Kill Bill, but now I don't know if that's happening now. I thought Tarantino could have done better. This is one of his lesser films, in my opinion. Not that it's a bad film, it's just all his other films are so good. The writing is so good. Usually, he has guys in one room and it's all about just dialogue, and the dialogue carries the movie. But in this movie, it's not like that. It's not about the dialogue as much. Endgame is the highest grossing film. I know that. Um, that is amazing that it was able to pass Avatar. Yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on it. Sports in the Bay saw the movie. What was your thoughts without spoiling it? I mean, I did enjoy it. It was just a lot of randomness going on. Yes, there is a story in the film, Sports in the Bay, but I get what you mean. The story is not the biggest thing. The story is about Leo being a struggling actor, and he's with his friend Brad Pitt, who's his stunt double, and they work together and stuff like that. Extreme range of reviews for this new movie. Some really love it, others say it is meandering and dull. I did find it dull at times. I think a lot of places are overrating this film. I would not give this movie a 9 or 9.5 out of 10, even though I think DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's acting was amazing in this flick. They just played. DiCaprio just shows wide range of emotions in this film. I love when they show him being washed up. He thinks he's washed up, and Brad Pitt's there to cheer him up. It's so funny. That scene was so great, and yeah, this movie definitely is overrated. I agree with that. Uh, I think that this movie was overrated, and people are just giving it high reviews because it's Quentin Tarantino, and people are scared to say stuff about such a great writer and director, and Quentin Tarantino, one of the best. But in this one, I think that his writing could have been better. Like Pulp Fiction and all these other movies that he does, it's usually just really good writing and there's a good story. But with this one, it's more of a character thing. Are you still? Are you see party? What? Well, you see partying? Yeah. Yeah, Brad Pitt's character is also way too tough, but it's so funny to see that. Bruce Lee makes a cameo in this movie. I thought that was hilarious. The guy that played Bruce Lee looked nothing like Bruce Lee, but did a pretty decent job. How about the environment, the art direction of the time period? That seems like the big draw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was more about this. There was not that much of a story here. There was more of, let me show you what it was like in the 60s and 70s and how it was to be in Hollywood at that time, which this movie does a pretty good job. The setting is very important. Um, Roman Polanski's in this film. The Manson family's in this film. Love the Manson family when they're in this film. Wish we had more of Charles Manson when you do see him for a little bit in the Manson family. The story is two friends. Yeah, two friends in Hollywood pretty much having a blast, and one is an actor, struggling actor, and the other is a stuntman that may or may have not killed his wife. You don't know, and I love how how the movie never answers that question, but makes you think like, what is really going on here? Yeah, yeah, and I love when they're talking about Brad Pitt's character and they're talking behind. Like that's one thing he does good. There actually is character development. Probably that's the downfall of this movie is too much character development, not much going on. Uh, I do love when DiCaprio gets his redemption. Obviously, I love his arc in this movie, and it's very good. Sun's gun scene was funny. Yes, it was. The gun scene was funny, hilarious. And this movie, one thing I don't like about it also, it's very over the top, especially the best part, which is around the ending, the third act. It is so over the top, but it is so funny at how over the top it is. Brad Pitt's over the top. DiCaprio is over the top, flamethrower and all, and that's not a spoiler because you won't understand it until you see it. Um, Sharon Tate's character was boring. I didn't really see much reason for her in this film. She was sitting in a theater watching her film and very happy about watching it. Like that was the extent of her gun scene at the yeah. This movie I thought was supposed to be a lot better. Not saying it's a bad flick, but it definitely could have been more improved and could have been better. The environment was very important there. That's where Tarantino usually is better at telling you like writing. His writing for movies are good, but pointless inclusion. Sharon wandering around. Yeah, Sharon. Oh my god, it was so boring to watch her. I really did not find her character interesting at all. She really didn't have much to do with the other two, and they could have just focused more and had more of a story with Brad Pitt. MK Ultra, if you're new, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe as I review a lot of different movies. I'm looking forward to watching more movies. This movie just really disappoints because this was a movie that I was looking forward to the most besides this and Joker. And the reason why I was looking forward to this movie, I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, like, you think that that would be like 10 out of 10. Like, I don't even need to see it, but it failed on some levels. And it wasn't their fault, it was more of Tarantino's fault. Uh, just the fact that he could have had them doing more, could have had a better story. The plot was all over the place. The plot was so all over. Like, usually Tarantino does that. Like, he'll take the plot and switch it up, like in Pulp Fiction, and put stories here and there, but it just failed and did not look good. Actually, they don't even show that part, Papi Chulo. I don't know if she was killed by Manson, or maybe she was or not, but I don't want to spoil it. Her character, not much happens, and I was disappointed by that. Too long for me these days. We'll check it out when it comes out. Yes. Thanks for the honest review. Well, please hit the subscribe, and I'm telling you, you should watch it, especially when it comes on DVD. But you gotta have 2 hours and 45 minutes. This movie is long, and you feel every second of it because there's parts where it's very slow, and I was expecting for it to be faster paced. Now, it's not a horrible film because Brad Pitt carries this film. Brad Pitt has a charisma and is so entertaining, and I love what he was able to do in some scenes. And DiCaprio, as a failing actor, was also so good. Him not remembering his lines, like there's people in Hollywood that don't remember their lines, and DiCaprio has that here, and I thought that was hilarious. Bavit, welcome to the stream. He says, finally. I don't know what you mean, finally, but have you seen this movie? What would you say about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Are you planning to see it? I want to know from the chat. If you are planning to see it, press 1. If you're not planning to see it, press 2. You might see it again. I want to see it again too. I think there's things I probably missed. It was very slow for me, especially in the beginning. The pacing was all over the place. Directing was really good, though. I love how they showed Hollywood in this film. I wish they could have shown more about that than Sharon Tate's character. Eagles UK is gonna watch it. That's great. But Vita's definitely gonna watch it. Was it good? I will say my rating again, Bavit, just so you know, 7.5 or 8 out of 10. It was very driven by how good DiCaprio and Brad Pitt worked together. If they had two other actors, this movie could have been easily a 5. But they carry it because they're so good. They show emotion so well. DiCaprio, 1 minute really happy, 1 minute really sad. Forgetting his lines was awesome. That scene was so great with him forgetting his lines. And Brad Pitt, he stole the show. Even though I think DiCaprio is the better actor in this movie, Brad Pitt was given more to do. That's the problem with this film. They did not give DiCaprio that much to do, in my opinion, and he wasn't on screen as much as I thought. And Sharon Tate was completely useless and really did not need to be in this film, in my opinion. Uh, Girl Mansons are not or hot. Yeah, the girl Mansons. There was a bunch of them. There was a bunch of them. I like that scene, but even see that scene with the Manson family part. This is not a spoiler. This happens pretty quickly. The Manson family scene. It dragged the hell on. It was so long, and they could have made it faster. Now I get what they were going for. They were going for the creepy atmosphere and all that, but it was so long, and I'm just like, move this now. Come on, move the story. Let's go. Let's keep going. And it was going so slow. And do you guys agree with me, Gucci and whoever's seen the movie, that when they got to the Manson part, that it was going so slow? When are you reviewing John Wick 3? Soon, Bavid. No, not Bavid, sorry, Papi Chulo Chad. Any other movies you recommend in the theater? Well, I would recommend Spider-Man Homecoming if you like those movies, Bavit. I think it was, I mean, not Homecoming, sorry. Spider-Man Far From Home, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, I was just sitting there, and I get what they were doing. They were going for the creepy atmosphere, and I totally get why they would go that route for the creepy atmosphere. I get it, but it was just way too slow. It probably took like 30 or 40 minutes on that one scene, and I like movies that move a little bit faster. I'm a more fast-paced guy. I don't like slow movies unless you're trying to build tension up for some big lead. And the tension was great, but the payoff was so bad in this film. The greatest thing about this film, though, is DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's chemistry worked off well each other. They were very entertaining when they were together, when they were separate. Those two carried the show. Every time you saw Brad Pitt, you thought that he was entertaining. This is why it gets a pretty high review. Have you? Yes, I have walked out. Yeah, she's more important, but she was not important in this movie. I'm just here to leave a like. I'm going to see the movie soon. Well, we're not spoiling the movie, Eric Douglas, so it's okay. But I'll tell you this, you will enjoy it. It's really long. It is really slow. Pacing is all over the place. It's going to see this movie about great cast, the comedy is hilarious, and the relationship of, yeah, the Brad Pitt and DiCaprio relationship was really good. I can't think about that anymore. Can't say anything more about that. Movie I left out. What movie? There's a bunch, but what do you want? A list of me to say like all the movies I walked out on? There are a bunch. I try every time to stay in the movie theater and finish it, but there's times where the movie is just so painful and it is hard to finish. But I will say that one of the movies I'll name was Spy Kids 3D. I think that movie was horrible, and I had to walk out on that. Uh, I saw Twilight. I didn't see it in the movie theater, so I can't say I walked out on it. I walked out on it in my own house. Does that count, or is it just the movie theaters? You wanted to know, Pete? Yeah. What movie did you ever walk out on? I don't want to waste my money. Yeah. I'll tell you, this movie was not a waste. This movie was entertaining to watch in the theater, and it was very entertaining to see. Like I said, the chemistry between DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and how Brad Pitt, who's just a stuntman for the actor, DiCaprio's the actor, will do anything. And he's kind of like, they are so, they're such good friends in this movie, and it's so great to see that. What's up, Danu? Hit the like, guys. Subscribe. Annabelle was decent. I have a movie review up for Annabelle, but I will tell you this: I did enjoy Annabelle. I just this is not about Annabelle, but I will say that I did enjoy it. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. So take that with what you will. And I do have a movie review up for it. You're gonna hit dislike. Why would you do such a thing? It's a joke. I wish I didn't go. It didn't go out of theater so soon. Annabelle's out of theaters for you. It's still showing in some of the theaters here in New York. My day was good, Bavit. It was very busy. I did a lot of stuff. Not like busy like that, but it was just like hanging out busy. So I got a question, Bavit. Will you watch this movie? Was it wholesome? How was your? My sleep was bad. I went to sleep late then, and I do not want to do that. Tomorrow I will be going to the Mets game, so got tickets to watch the Mets. I actually liked Hateful Eight more than this. Hateful Eight was really good. If you guys have not seen Hateful Eight, it's another movie by Tarantino. And basically, they're just stuck in a cabin. But it's very interesting to see all these guys stuck in a cabin and what are they going to do next. Leave the video last time I did a video um, last night, Bavit. What happened was I got a bunch of dislikes. So I got rid of it. I don't know why they're so negative. I thought you didn't. I didn't take it personally, but then I was just like, it wasn't just the dislikes. It was the fact that like I looked back and I was like, if people don't want this content, then I don't want it on my channel. And I didn't like how everybody turned on me. Also, they asked for the people. I got them the people, and then they were upset. Yes. So yeah, I don't know what more to say about this film. I did enjoy it. I didn't think it was that bad, but there were a lot of problems that I didn't think were gonna be in this film. Uh, I think that Brad Pitt did a good job, did an amazing job. DiCaprio did a really good job. I think that Brad Pitt and DiCaprio work really well together, and they should definitely do movies more together. These two, like, almost believed that they were real friends and they knew each other forever. It was just a joke. Yes, Believe, pretty sure you could. Well, I'm gonna say thank you everybody for watching this review. There'll be more reviews, and I hope the next movie that I watch has more of a storyline for me to talk about. Because this storyline here is basically about DiCaprio, who is a struggling actor. Because he's getting older and he wants to switch from TV to movies, and Brad Pitt's his stuntman, and they do stuff together. That was really cool. Sharon Tate was born. I'm not even talk about her, but tell me this, guys: if you're going to watch this movie, Danu, let me know. Tell me right now because I'm very interested and I want to hear your thoughts. So if you guys see this movie, I want to comment here after watching it. Tell me what you thought about it, and if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if I'm wrong, if I'm correct. I respect everybody's opinion. So that's all I'm gonna say. And I want to thank Bavid, Danu, everybody for coming. Zane Winder, whoever else was here, Colby, anybody who was here. Just want to thank you, Brendan Rogers, everybody who came in. Thank you for supporting me. Please hit the subscribe. Please hit the like. And I can't wait to review the next movie. And I'll be doing trailer reactions. I am looking forward to doing the trailer reactions very soon. Trailer reactions for Joker. And I mean, I want to do a full reaction where you see my face with Joker and the It trailer, It 2 trailer. I want to do Terminator trailer reaction. There's going to be a lot more content on this channel. There hasn't been in a while, but there will be. And I'm going to get back into this channel as well. Yes, I'm ending the stream, Bavit, because I don't know what more to say about this movie. 7.5 out of 10. Could have been better. Expected a lot more because it's Tarantino, DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt. But feel a little bit like it was good, but I don't know if I'd watch it again because 2 hours and 45 minutes, really long, and there was only a couple of scenes that I found really entertaining. So that's what I'm gonna say. And can you go to? Yeah, I probably will, Bavit. I probably will, but I will take a short break and probably get on there. Thank you so much. Hit the like. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. There'll be more trailer reactions, more movie reviews, and I'm thinking even about a rant soon. I got stuff to complain about, and I really want to. So, guys, thank you so much, and love you all. Have a good night, and take care.